afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you hear me now? Welcome to the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. I know I'm running behind today, but you know, we always got to do what we got to do. Good afternoon and welcome to the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And of course, I'm your host, the one and only Captain85. Just moving it around because I know spring is here and the time is moving forward and backwards, and look like I'm falling forward or I'm moving backwards. But nevertheless, I just want to take time to say good afternoon and welcome, because today I wanted to, talk a little bit about celebrating women in the 757, those that I do know and those some of you might know. And if you don't know them, get to part of what God has intended. But nevertheless, I'm going to do my best to always represent what I feel and believe the community needs to know, and to bring a little light to those that do a lot of work. And sometimes they're like the unsung heroes of the 757 VA, two up and two down. But we're going to continue to do what we do because it is Women's Month. So right now, just go ahead and hit that share link, and we're going to get underway. We'll give you a few minutes to do that, and I'll be right back. So hold on to your seat while I just. There's always a lot going on in our community. And with elections coming up and going on, we must rise to the occasion and try to be a voice to the voiceless, especially our young people. We always have to recognize that we are the one that has to make sure that our future generation is protected, and always be a part of what's going on in Virginia Beach, other cities, and the other 6 cities. But because I live in Virginia Beach, and a lot of people that I know that do a lot of work in the communities live in Virginia Beach, and we try to share everything with those people and bring attention to what we need to get done, especially in an election year. We have to recognize and make sure that we get the right people in office, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So don't get it twisted. But I'm going to start off with one of the ladies that y'all should be familiar with. She's been on the show many a times. I'm talking about City Council Sabrina Wooten, who's now threw her hat in the ring to run for the city council, from city council office seat to the mayor of Virginia Beach. She's been out campaigning throughout the city, holding meetings, different locations. So hopefully in the future we can get her on the show and we can find out more, and when you can be able to get to hear her platform on what she want to do for the greatest city in Virginia. And that's the greatest city and largest city in the state of Virginia. So we have a lot to applaud her for because she's been there for 6 years and she's moving up to a new level on trying to move up to a new level on city council. And no one can do that without your support. So we're asking you to register to vote and make sure that if you got kids 17, which we are now in the third month of 2024, that just turned 18, take them to the registrar's office or DMV and let them register to vote so they can cast their vote in that 2024 election in November. And because they just turned 18, we can make history by having young people register to vote because they can't say, hey, this is not this person, this is somebody else. Let's don't go back to where we were last year. Um, it's always emphasized with me to let people know who you are, what you stand for. Hence, if you as I'm in the old school way, it was always said if you can't stand for something, you can always fall for nothing. You always fall for whatever they give you, whatever they put in front of you. But it's a day and time now with so much information out there that we should be able to voice our opinion, come together for one common cause. Our future generation is at stake. We have to be responsible. We have to look forward to making sure that these people, that our children be represented in the right way. We cannot always sit alongside and hoping for the best and falling for whatever is left after the votes have been counted. People have chosen a candidate and it may not be the one we wanted, but you can't talk if you didn't go to the polls and register to vote. We all fall short, but we should not fall short this year. We have been seeing what's going on in the last 4 years throughout the United States. We know what's going on in Virginia Beach because we live here. And with that said, I want to bring it to your attention that everybody, no matter what party that you are registered to, do what's right because your future, your youth, your kids, your children is depending on just that. They are depending on you to make the right choices in whatever city and state that you are registered and live in. We got to stop sitting on the sideline, people. We can talk about everything that somebody said, everything that somebody didn't do or should have done, but it's up to you to make that choice. It's up to you to say, hey, look, we're going to do this and we're going to do it the right way. And that's all I'm asking for the people that watch this show. I can talk about what is already in the news, what you already know. But Sabrina Wooten has been there for 6 years and accomplished a lot for the business district as well as for minority businesses. And she doesn't just running for any seat. It's not about what race, because we all are human. We are depending on humans to make the right decisions, regardless of what platform it might be. But most of all, we cannot get anything done if you don't make the right choices. And that's for city council, that's for the mayor, that's for school board. It doesn't matter what department it is, they choose to accept the task of representing the city. For me, I know that I have been asked to serve on a few boards, but that means I'm following the footsteps of those that already put policies in place. And that's why I do my talk show. I can talk and say what I want without no control over what I say. You could block me, or like they sometimes do, block me and take me down, or, whatever they do, I'm going to keep coming back because it's not about me. It should always be having a representative that represents our future generation, our youth. That's why I do it. I don't know about why everybody else do it. I go out, I meet these people, I listen to their spiel, their speech, their dialogue, and the only thing that represents that I'm concerned about, what are they talking about when it comes to our future? This is what we must protect. This is our future right here. If we can't talk about this, ain't nothing else to talk about. If we can't talk about our future generation, that ain't too much we can talk about. There's taxes you raise up. And most people don't know Virginia Beach can raise taxes when the other part of the state doesn't. Do your research. They can raise taxes anytime they get ready. That's why you have to have the right people on city council to keep them from just raising taxes. There's a lot of things that go on in Virginia Beach. If you don't go to these meetings, don't talk about it after it's done. Don't talk about what you need in your community when you're not there in city council chambers when they're talking and putting your, as they say, our 2 cents in. School board meeting tonight. Anybody going? Who's going to the school board meeting? There's people running in the school board meeting, but it's your choice who you choose to pick in the process. We have a lot going on in 2024. Now that the Democrats in the state of Virginia run both houses in Richmond, it seems that they're trying to move things in the right direction and accomplish a lot of things, getting raises for teachers, getting better benefits. And that's not just for teachers, that's for the people that need it. We have to stop sitting around just pointing fingers. We have to get engaged. We have to make sure that we have representation for the future generation. That's what it's all about. That's what the concern should be. Our future leaders. It's, again, we can't wait to the last minute. We can't not wait to the last minute and hoping that they do the right thing. When November comes, we should have all the information we need to put people in play. Tonight at the school board meeting, if you have the opportunity and the chance to come down, if you have called or registered to vote, to speak and put a voice and talking to the school board. I'm going to speak, and 2 of my friends, closest friends, are running, but I can only choose one to represent. They are both capable candidates, and I wish I could vote for both of them, but this is an appointed seat, so there's no more to be said. We have to support the people when they come to us, and I would love to have supported both. Each one has been in a community service for a very long time. They both have equal knowledge of the political arena, locally, and one is nationally. But when you run for city council or school board, I think it's bipartisan, to make it clear. We're here for the children. That's my fight. My fight is to make sure that the young people have a voice at school board, a voice at city council. We cannot sit around and just do a lot of lollygag. Then when it's all said and done, you're sitting there with your mouth poked out on why things didn't get moved in the right direction. I had to deal with Virginia Beach. I guess that's one reason my spirit led me to live in Virginia Beach. I'm originally from Portsmouth, and I deal with things over there when it comes to kids. In my 20s, matter of fact, ever since I was a kid, even in the first grade, when people used to fight and I'll go out there and break them up. And people are like, what are you doing there? You're going to get hurt. What? It's like people bullying there. Everybody's sitting around taking pictures of two people fighting, kids fighting, and they cheering. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get the feeling hurt. Somebody's going to be embarrassed. But we're going to sit around and just let them fight? I didn't even do that when I ran nightclubs. And most of the time, even in the nightclub business, when people got upset and if they continued, they got arrested or was barred from the club. But then 3 or 4 months later, they call and apologizing. And I'm sorry. Give me another chance. I was a little intoxicated, or I had other things on my mind. Kids have other things on their mind. Bullying is a serious issue. I remember one time when one of my children was bullied in school. And I spoke to the principal, and they all said they didn't know what was going on with my child. I said, let me call the school board, because I know something happened to my child. I already know what's up. I don't make threats. I already know. Your job is to protect and educate our gifts that God has given us, these kids. And parents should be held accountable, which they did in one of the shootings. The mother and the father is already in jail. One has already been tried to be sentenced, and the one is waiting to be tried. And everybody's pointing, each one of the parents is pointing the finger at the other. Even with the mother on video at the gun range with her son, but never once decided to take and find out what is going on when he's crying for help. Our kids cry for help, but we too busy. We get the, our after work parties, or our girlfriend or our friend is having a party, and we bouncing out the weekend. What is happening to the kids? This is what I do. I've always tried to protect kids ever since I was a kid. And I'm not going to stop now. It's up to you to do the same, because this is the future. Kids are growing up and they leaving Virginia. They're leaving the city of Virginia Beach. They don't want to be here. How are we going to retain our resources after 18 years if you don't make it safe environment while they're in middle school and elementary school and high school? Because at some point, they're like, I can't wait to leave. I ain't coming back. We lose a valuable resource to the city, to the state. They done moved on. And it's not fair to the taxpayers. We have people that move on but come back. But we got to do more. I just want to emphasize some of the people that I know today briefly. These two young ladies right here. One is Blair, a Black brand, and the other one is Sabrina Brown, the Brown in town, on this side of town in Virginia Beach. They're working hard for minority businesses, Black brand. You can check out more information on Facebook. Aroused Soul with Sabrina Brown. She's on Facebook. I don't want to name the wrong name on the show because I didn't write it down. But these are the women I'm saluting for this month. Briefly, but we will address it again. We all have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to these beautiful young ladies, these women who pick up the banner and say, hey, I'm going to step in the arena. Another one, of course, you know, she used to be on my talk show when I was at WODU Studios. That's the one and only Mellow V, still active in the community, still active in the community. We have to know these people, salute these people when you see them on the street. Let them know, hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing. It takes time to do this stuff, time consuming, no pay. The reward is just a thank you for your service. Thank you for spending all those hours traveling to Richmond, Washington, D.C., New York City, city council meetings, school board meetings. Thank you. These people I'm showing you is the people that stand up to the power brokers, stand up on your behalf. We have a lot of people engaging, a lot of people that is trying to do things to put things in perspective. I don't know what picture this is. I'm just going to click on it because it's Women's History Month. That's what it is. So you will know. So you will know what's going on. We have to engage. We have to be positive. We have to be directive. As they say, ain't no sunshine when it's gone. Only heartbreak every day. Ain't no sunshine when it's gone. I just want to say to you, I appreciate each and every one of you who watched this show. I hope you share this link because it's everybody's decision. It's everybody's choice to pick up a banner. Whether you like it or not, we all are responsible for what goes on in our city and in our community. It's a lot going on. But we got people that's out there that's picking up the banner. But we just can't leave it just to them. We can't just leave it just to them. We got to give them some help. We got to give them some help. Because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? This young lady is right here. That's Glenda Paris. And you'll be hearing a lot more about what she's done. She is already, along with Phil Nelson, Dr. Phil Nelson. And she's a doctor as well and a pastor. She does so many things. She got so many hats. I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with her. But because of her, I was nominated to receive the Presidential Community Service Award, along with others in the radio, Black radio media in VA and in Virginia, in 757, along with a host of others, where you'll be hearing more. But this young lady, along with Dr. Phil Nelson, is putting together a program so that the radio people in this area can be recognized. Black entertainers can be recognized and be honored. This is historic. This is historic. Hats off to this young lady, doctor, pastor, reverend. I mean, no, she's not the president. She should be running for president or city council or mayor or whatever position, because she's compassionate about the things that she do. She's been on my show in the past when I was at WODU Studios, where I had the pleasure and Mellow V to interview her. And she's also a singer. Of course, I play her music on WVDM radio. I just want you to be aware of the people that surround you. As we continue with more, this young lady here, you already know, that's Hope Share. She got her own talk show. Of course, she's on the competitive side, but you can check her out on the Christian Broadcasting Network. She also have a podcast, and she's very talented because she's a gospel singer. Oh, and she's also sings with Pharrell Williams, The Voices of Fire, with Pharrell Williams. Oh, yes, Hope Share. And she has a voice. And when she sings, it's like the choir in heaven is singing down on you. I love her music, and I'm just not talking just to be talking. So check out her music in iTunes, all the music outlets, and also listen to WVDM. Everything is geared to uplift our community, and we have to do more to represent and appreciate these ladies. This lady here is no stranger. Her name is Juanita Wynn. And this is the cover of her new single, Thank You, that's now dropped in all music platforms. Juanita Wynn. Grammy Award winning Juanita Wynn, who moved from California to here, was signed to a music record label, Quincy Jones. So it's no joke. We have the people. We just have to support them more. We have to do that. It's our duty to support Black music, all music. There's no color to music. God invented it, but Satan wanted to control it. And you see what's going on in the industry today. You see what's happening. But it's up to you to support people in the 757. We have great artists here. We have to do what all the other states are doing, supporting the people in their community. I ain't mad with all these other artists. I play them all. Country, blues, R&B, pop, rock. But we have female artists that need your support here too. It ain't like you busting a ball 50, a 99 cent or $1.29. Come on, man. $5 for an EP. Help lift the ship. The good ship is sinking. Lift it up. I know the gospel song. You don't mind me singing a few bars. If I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all men unto me. Why can't we lift up women's as well? We got to come together because Scripture said, God said, it's not for good. It's not good for man to be alone. That's why he created woman. And without woman, there would be no planet because a man can't have children. He's not a God. We of God creation. But God gave us a gift to be able to come together and populate the planet. And we have to populate and be encouraged to support our local artists. Whatever it takes. whatever it takes. And this young lady here, she's just an ordinary mother. She's my cousin from the 757, North Carolina. I just wanted to put her picture up there because I salute her. I knew when she was a kid. She's like my second or third cousin, somewhere down there. But she stayed in Portsmouth and then stayed with our aunt in North Carolina, adopted her. I'm just letting you know. We all have a stake in what's going on in the cities. We all have a stake of what's going on in Virginia and all the 7 cities. We cannot sit around and keep pointing fingers and acting like we just don't care. We have a responsibility to the next generation. This is why I do what I do. I ain't asking, I don't ask for money. If I can make it, I can make it. That's God's will. But if we don't look out for the next generation, who will? We can point fingers. We can talk all day long. But today, I introduce you to several ladies because it's Women's Month. And someday, this lady, right, this young queen, princess, will grow up to be a queen. It's up to us to protect the future and make sure she has a fighting chance. Doesn't matter if it's yellow, black, or white. All children are precious in God's sight. He loved the children of the world. Again, if you got young people, get them to register. It's their future. We got to stop sitting on the sidelines. We got to stop pretending, turning the blind eye. We got to do what we have to do to make things right. We got to do what we got to do to secure the future generation. Their future is in our hands. It's not in their hands. We act like the kids are running things. But we are the ones that's supposed to be running things. We are not supposed to be their friends. We're supposed to be their mom and their dad. I didn't see friendship when I went to the hospital to sign the birth certificate. I know a lot of men in prison right now. They in prison, but they in there for child support, not for failing to be a friend. Well, you're down here at the court because you wasn't your child's friend. Well, I'm gonna give you 10 years in jail. And make sure when you're there, think about your consequences. No man is in jail because he wouldn't be a friend to his kids. That's the pipeline, the prison system. He's in there so that his children that grow up will run amok, because no woman made a child by herself. And some mothers, not all, won't let their children see their father. And what are you doing? You're training him to become and do the same when he grow up, if he gets married or he start dating young ladies, because you're teaching them the wrong thing. No woman brought a child in this world by themselves. They had help. Locking that man up, if he's a bad father, a bad husband, get him out of the house. You don't need to be with anybody abusing you. But we have to do more. We have to do better, because our future generation depends on both children, both fathers and a mother. Not one, but both parents. Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And you're wasting it because the children are feeling, hey, I don't know who I am. And the streets say, yo, bro, don't worry about it. We got your back. That's why you got all these gangs. We have to let them know that we care. We got to let them know that we love them. But once again, the future generation, what are you going to do to protect her and the others? It's up to all of us to get on the bandwagon. Well, I just wanted to salute a few ladies today, and I'm going to cut the program short because I got to do my radio show, and I'm going to have to cut that short as well because the school board meeting is at 5. So I will be on for at least an hour. But I want to thank y'all for coming in today and hope you share this information with somebody on your page. It's all about this month, the women. Do we salute the men? Oh, just on Father's Day? Do we have a men's month? But today, in this month, is women. We got to get a grip. And most of all, I'm pointing fingers at fathers. It's not easy. It's not easy. But when you spoke to the lady and charmed her enough to trust you, and you had a child, and you wanted to call it quits. What about the child? He can't call it quits. Ain't no child out there can call it quits. And we got men out there today still thinking that, hey, it's okay. It's not. God gave man and woman so that he would never be alone. I don't know what part you don't understand. She's a gift. Treat her as one. We all make mistakes. I've made mistakes. Nobody's perfect. It was only 2 perfect people when God made them. That was Adam and Eve. But even the enemy tricked them then. Like he's tricking us now. We got to stop looking at the color of our skin. We have to start looking at the content in our heart. I hope you join the campaign for the future generation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And most of all, thank you for sharing this information. Until the next time we meet, to the next time we greet, this has been Captain 85. Until then.